Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Grapplers Academy. Today we're going to be looking at a lovely dart setup coming from the knee on belly position. Been on the receiving end of this many a time from Bon, and he's got a lovely setup for this. So we thought we'd leave you to the details for this one.
So there's a nice little setup. Oftentimes when you're in side control, there's the opportunity to go to knee on belly, which is going to open the opportunity to go to mount and various other options from there. A really nice way to set up good submission from that position as well, because it's uncomfortable for your opponent to be stuck under knee on belly, especially if you can apply a good amount of pressure in the right area from the top. There's a lot of pressure and it's not comfortable, and people start moving around a lot and they'll frame and they'll start using the hands to try and push the knee off. A really simple defence that people try and do from there is if we're in, let's go that way around, so let's just say we've popped up from side control and we've got knee on belly pressure there. Oftentimes just to clear this leg, they'll start pushing down in the hopes that they can clear this. Now if you can see there in that position, this opens up a nice little gap. So when we're here and he's clearing away to try and push me off, if I can anticipate that, there's a nice gap here for me to start coming in under the armpit and cupping on the back of the head to set up this nose. So when we're here, we'll kind of bait this a little bit. We'll be in the side control, keep a nice tight pinch, step up to knee on belly whilst I'm still keeping that cross-face pressure, and then I start to elevate there. Now what I'm looking for from here is that reaction. I don't really necessarily want to pass, but I want to give enough pressure here to make it uncomfortable enough for your opponent on the bottom to want to move, so we can really base up and drive the knee down. Not really too bothered about him pushing because that's what I want. So we're here, he's going to start pushing, I'm going to anticipate and I'm going to drag the arm at the same time as I'm going to shoot underneath. Get my shoulder nice and deep on the armpit so I can get this hand close to the back of the neck, and then cinching that up as we drop off to the side. Now the finish for the darts, there's a couple of different options in the way that we can do it. Sometimes we can tie up the legs and compress the torso a little bit more. But all we're simply going to do from here is look to apply the pressure of the blade of the wrist on the neck and then compress here with the arm on the top. I'm sure everyone knows how to get this darted out. And then we're almost bicep curling and hugging the opposite shoulder, and we're going to squeeze in and get a nice tight pinch for the finish. So just one more time quickly on that setup because it's a nice one. We've got the side control here. We bring the knee up onto the belly first, and then we can posture up from there. We can use that same control that we've talked about for setting up the Kimura on the opposite side, but I'm really looking for a reaction from here because I don't want to advance my position. So as soon as he pushes here, I'm going to control the wrist and guide myself down and look for this position. So we're looking to cup the thumb around the back of the neck at the same time as controlling the wrist, and then I'm going to come over the top and shave his head with the inside of my bicep. Sit off to the side and make sure that I've got plenty of pressure down. We can always go hips down here for a little bit more pressure on top, but if you get a nice tight grip, or even if you need to go a little bit deeper, we can rotate through and get a tighter squeeze before simply just finishing from that position there and getting a nice tap.
Yeah, definitely get a nice little squeeze there, and great entry into it as well, especially with knee on belly. If you get the knee on belly right underneath the sternum, get a bit of nasty pressure in there, they're going to be really trying to push you off there.
Yeah, we can go into some more details later on better ways to set up for the knee on belly and other different options, and maybe take a deeper dive into the darts finish if that's something you need more details on. But other than that, any other submissions that you want to see from us, give us a shout in the comments and leave us some info on what you want to see on upcoming videos.
Well, definitely make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, pass it on, especially if someone needs to work on their darts or needs to find a new entry. Make sure you share it with them as well.
And don't forget that now we've got the audio version of the podcast available on all the platforms, so Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. Go back and listen to some of the interviews. Check out the social media pages as well, so everything's at the Grapplers Academy, including the YouTubes and on the podcast, so it's all up on there. Go and hit us up on that, we want to hear from you.